Hey there. Sorry for the abrupt entry. Start there. I forgot my little tripod. I had it out yesterday. I was using it on an adventure with my wife and sister-in-law. Hi, welcome. My name is Kurt. This is my daily good life meditation, an exercise that I do every morning, a little bit after waking up, to remember my life objectives, principles. Those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone, which you can get a copy of, or you can read for free at goingalone.org. You can get free PDF copies as well, here and there on the internet, including by just writing to me at dinnerbytheriver@gmail.com. I also use this time to think about the last 24 hours and how I did with the interesting moments throughout the day that challenged me, where I did exceptionally well or exceptionally poorly, because I can learn from either of those. And I go over my creed, and I prepare for the coming day. Now, I am absolutely, completely exhausted. We had a very full day yesterday, and although I didn't really feel exhausted at the time, it's caught up with me now. So I didn't even put my good microphone in because it's raining, and I wanted to put the camera here, and it might get a little wet. It might can't get wet. So I'm going to lean in close, sip my coffee, and do my best to get through this with slowly, hashtag slowly and deliberately and carefully. Quick check of the weather. It's amazing. It's 25 degrees and 85% humidity, which is exactly where we've been for a couple of weeks now. But it doesn't feel like that. Let me make note of it. It feels much less intense than that. Maybe it's because of the... Sorry, I have to remember to talk at the camera. You can't hear me otherwise. Maybe it's because of the rain and the cloudy weather. Oh gosh, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I even made my coffee without adding coffee, so it's mostly just weak water. I had filled a cup earlier and then drank most of it. I thought, oh, I'll just refresh it with some hot water, but it didn't add any coffee. Here we go. Before I get started, I'm Kurt. I'm a 61-year-old American retired here in Japan with my Japanese wife. We have a grown daughter, Emily, living up in Tokyo, and we're endeavoring to live our best lives. I do this video every day, like I said, as an effort, like a personal journal, to understand how if I'm living my life in accordance with my values, and to tune both my life and my values where I see fit. I do talk about sensitive subjects like death. And I want to say a huge thank you to my supporters, subscribers, folks on Patreon, members on YouTube. I really appreciate your support and help. Let's get into it. I have notes from yesterday. The only note that I have here, two notes from yesterday, is Big Adventure Day, and then parentheses, who is that guy? Noting the fact that I had a huge day today, and my energy seemed to not flag throughout the day. I was going, except that I didn't have my, I noticed, even though the energy was high, I was clumsy. We went to Mishima, which is a city, town on the flanks of Mount Fuji. And while we were there, Yumiko had found some good things we could do there. Namely, explore a river that emanates from the side of Mount Fuji, one of the clearest rivers in Japan, clearest water, because it comes out after 20 years. The water filters through the porous landslide material of Mount Fuji, and it comes out just this beautiful, beautiful flow. And there's a section of it where you can walk through the river. It's really fun. We went there for that, and we wrapped a whole day around it. Now, I was in great shape. You can watch the video, Retiring in Japan video upload for today, which I'm actually working on now. I'll get it uploaded probably within the next 3 or 4 hours. And if you want to follow the adventure, and it was a doozy. It was a heck of a day. But like I said, even though my energy level was high, I was noticeably a clumsy guy, mainly on the river. I almost went headfirst into the river twice. And there was one moment, I think I even captured it on the video, where I made note of the fact that even though I'm retired and free, my interest and capacity and capabilities are decreasing. For example, my father-in-law, he stayed home. He would not have been interested. He would not have wanted to join us on something like that. He's in his 90s now. And probably by his mid to early 80s, he would have not wanted to do anything like what we did yesterday. The interest is just gone. I think it was Charlie, the partner of the guy that runs Berkshire Hathaway, once said he's glad. He said he lost his ability to, capture a 400-pound tuna. And he said, do what you want to do young, because you may not want to do it. He said that was the observation. He said it may not even be that your body can't do it anymore. You may not want to do those things anymore. And that risk is kind of cataloged and captured in my book, although in a very, very oblique way. I felt that yesterday. I felt even though we had a great adventure and my body was up to the task, in some ways I could feel all of the faculties that allowed that to happen flagging, and there was a little bit of part of me that just wanted to be back here in my room with my dog, sitting. I can't believe I'm saying that, but that's because I've never been that guy. So, cautionary tale. Who was that guy? He was in good shape, but not fully. The second one was traffic frustration. It's been a long time since I've had an anecdote to share related to an incident that challenged me in some way, and it was traffic. Yesterday we got a late return. I knew the dogs wanted to have their dinner. We had taken them out before we left, so they were probably still in good shape with regard to that. But we got in some nasty traffic coming into Shimizu, and I felt the old frustration that I sometimes felt when life doesn't go the way I want it to go. And that was an interesting, encounter with the past. And I managed it well. Hashtag temperance, hashtag reason, hashtag Feast of Offal, hashtag family. I didn't want to expose my family to it. I think my wife could tell that I was frustrated, but I didn't let on in any overt way. All that. My creed consists of 8 objectives: to be always ready to die, to make good and effective use of time, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles, to cultivate good emotional reactions, to perform good actions relative to my values, to recognize my true limits and true opportunities, to do just one thing at a time and do that thing slowly, deliberately, and carefully, which I'm not really doing right now, and to keep my balance. As for the principle, today I'm going to read the Path of Wildness, which is actually this principle of the Path of Wildness was the origin of this entire book. I came up with the principle of the Path of Wildness while hiking in a mountain range there behind you in the distance, maybe 14 years ago. Here we go, I'll read it. The Path of Wildness, if I can. The Path of Wildness, sub-principles, shadow dividend, and Ulysses ride. More Ulysses, huh? At every crossroads, I will assess the fact that a decision must be made and then determine how much time I have to make it, and then collect my facts and consider the options, and then decide at the appropriate time. If my facts are insufficient and there really is no more time, then I will listen to my gut instinct, let it have its say, and then perhaps move in that direction, confident in having made the best evaluation I could in a reasonable amount of time and with the resources and facts at my disposal. I will be all right with whatever outcome, even if the next end is death, and I will beware the hard benefits which come of such change, the improvements which hurt, but which can be had in no other way, the shadow dividend of the pain of change and the loss of what is no longer needed, and I will suffer well through the decided pathway, like Ulysses riding the storm and temptation which he chose for his own. Okay. I will make no elaboration on that, just as I seek to wrap up this one, because I am exhausted. All right, as for today, it's a Saturday, it's a free day. I have a couple things I want to do. I want to finish yesterday's big video, and I think it'll be a good day, although I don't know what we're going to do today. But yeah, days have been good lately. Sweet comments. Hello, Tim. Good morning to you. Weather check in the UK at 9:40 p.m. is 12.3 C, and 75% humidity. Another showery day. No run for you today then, huh? Julie says, Kurt, may I ask how long have you been doing this live stream every day at this time? Just curious, since I just recently found it. I've been doing this live. I think you can look back and you can actually see every one of them is recorded. I think it was sometime around 2018, maybe. But if you search for The Good Life, just search The Good Life on my channel, you'll find all of the seasons of The Good Life. Look for season 1 and the first video in that season, and that's the very first one that I did. Although I was doing, and initially, Julie, you might find this interesting. I was initially doing it on the back of on a motorcycle. I had my helmet all wired up for sound and visuals. So the original ones were doing riding a motorcycle on the 91 freeway on my way to work in the morning, and you could see the freeway and hear me doing the recitation via the speakers. It was a very interesting way to do it. I tried to squeeze it in. I knew I had this 50-minute commute every day. I thought, why don't I use that time to go over my values? And that's how it all started. But check out season 1 of The Good Life. Play this series, and you can see every one of them. Thanks for asking. Hi, Michael. Good to see you. Hello, Robert. Robert says hi to everybody and checks in at 24C and 47%. Wow, I'm exactly 24C as well, but I got you beat by almost double the humidity at 85%. Well, I guess that's not double, but pretty high. And your air quality, Robert, it looks like it's improved a little bit since yesterday. And Tim says hi to Robert. Well, no, we didn't see Evelyn this morning. Trust Evelyn as well. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now because I can barely stand on my feet after yesterday. I'll finish off my week coffee and I'll sit and work on the Good Life and the Retiring in Japan episode. It's a doozy if you want to have see the adventure we had yesterday. I actually think the video is coming out pretty good. I'm beginning to do lots of little snippets, capturing little 3, 4, 5 second little snippets as we're doing things. It's a new approach. I'm waiting for people to leave comments saying, slow down, calm down. But it's kind of fun to do that way. No explanation necessary. Snippets as we go. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Sorry to be just open and go, but I gotta sit down. Be safe, but not too safe. Take care. You're welcome, Robert. Thank you. Thank you, Tim. Take care.